This university has a very long tradition. I think it's even older than Harvard, and the greatest recognition somebody like me can ever receive is from peers, my other colleagues who are professors, and so it's a very special occasion for me. It's hard for me to answer that question because my big bodies of work are competition strategy and business, but I've also done work on competitiveness and economic development. Today I'm working heavily on healthcare. And also on political systems and how political systems can work better. And I think all of that work is very vital and used in practice. What is going to turn out to be the most important, I think time will tell. As a scholar, don't just sit in the university. Get out into the real world and see it and feel it and get involved in the work that you do. I think we don't have enough of that in universities around the world, where we have too many people sitting in what we call the ivory tower. Many academics like to dig very deeply in very specialized areas and do very rigorous mathematical models and so forth. But I believe very strongly that our most important role as scholars, it's all about helping people and societies improve and live better lives and achieve more prosperity, but also, meeting the societal needs of the environment and so forth. And the inspiration really comes from being out there with the real people who are having to deal with these issues. And so I try regularly to be working with companies and governments, and because I find if I'm out there on the ground feeling what's happening, the ideas of what are important are much more useful and powerful. You know, in my various fields, there's many people who've made fundamental contributions, and I'm building on those at this stage. But I am right now working on politics in the U.S. as my field of study, and it's interesting that some of the statements that our founders made, that founded the founding fathers of our country, come very much to bear today in what is going on. And Benjamin Franklin once answered a question. Somebody asked him, well, and this was after U.S. was set up and the Constitution was written. Somebody asked him, well, have you given us a republic or a monarchy? And he said, well, it's a republic as long as you keep it. And what he was trying to say was that if citizens don't stay close to the way their government works, and if they don't make sure that government is working for them, then you can go astray. And I think we're seeing that in many parts of the world. I've been drawn into politics and our political system in America because all other things don't matter anymore. We have good policies, but the policies never get implemented. We have very important ideas about how the country could get better, but our political system doesn't achieve any movement. So I guess what happens in the world is that the challenges, the problems, the state of life and countries evolves, and so it'll probably be a topic now that I can't even imagine, because it's going to reflect how society and countries evolve, and that's always what I've tried to do, is build on my previous work but move it into areas where we don't have answers today. There's different insights about different issues. I think I would say that right now, at this particular moment, I think we need citizens of countries in which we live to understand that societies don't work if it's one group against the other. There's an opportunity with good policy and good leadership to actually come up with ways forward that take into account everybody's needs. And we haven't been able to do that lately. We've been having the left win or the right win or the populist win or the nationalist win, but when somebody wins, it's usually at the expense of others. And that ultimately fails. It doesn't work for society. So hopefully all these people that are mad about immigrants can realize, well, the immigrants had to go somewhere. We have to have a solution. We have to have a rational policy. Let's talk about what the right rational policy is. Let's not just yell and say no immigrants. That's not going to get us anywhere. Every issue in government I've come to see is complicated. There are many different people. They have different perspectives, and a good democracy is one where people can understand those different perspectives and come to a compromise or a synthesis about how to make sure everybody's interests are at least taken into account. In America, we used to be remarkably good at this. We've been great at bringing people together and having everybody thinks they're American first, not whatever they are. But even that is being frayed a bit in our country. So I think the world is not a zero-sum game. One group doesn't have to win at the expense of another. This is true in competition. A great strategy is not at the expense of another company. It's unique, and it puts the company in a different place than the other company. So it's that idea, I think, if I had to pick one, that I would pick.